Say meow. Man, that thing's a racket. How y'all doing, folks? I was coming out here to do a video with you. And I stepped out the cabin. Ba-boom. I don't know if you could hear that. Tear it up. Alright, so the subdivision that I'm in is 80 acres. What do you want, goofball? The subdivision that I'm in, there's an 80-acre subdivision, and it's cut up into 3-acre to 5-acre lots, of which I have 4. We've talked about this before. But there's an 80-acre tract that goes straight back down here. So on the back side of my land here, right over this bluff, all the way down there, is another 80 acres that goes that way. So it's 40 acres wide by 80 acres long. And it goes way up on top of the bluff up there. Big, huge hill up there. Can't see it through the trees. And I can't hear anything inside the cabin because we got the generator running. Come on, Shadow. Come on. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. She says, I want some damn attention. Yeah, she's feeling the energy too. We're going to talk about that in a second. But we got the generator running so we can have both window units going. Solar will run one window unit and the freezers, but we got to keep the freezers going. You know how that works, okay? But with that noise, I can't hear anything. And I stepped out to do this video with you, and my neighbors who bought this tract last year, they just bought it for hunting land. And so there's a big clearing that goes all the way down this line back here. And he was back here with a tractor and a bush hog to clear it out, and it hadn't been mowed in a few years. And all I could hear was that bush hog hitting some of these little cedar saplings that are down in the clearing line there, and all wham, 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 bam, bam. I mean, crash. I mean, it sounded horrible. So I went down there and saw him and chatted with him for a second, and he's like, yeah, you do that solar stuff? I said, yeah. He says, my wife has to teach a class on solar. Can she come learn from you? Can you tell her a little bit about it? I said, yeah, sure. So the next time I got to do a solar education class so she can teach solar. Interesting the way things work. Alright, so I'm coming down here. You know what? That log looks good. Let me come down here and park my butt on it. They got a bush hog, and I was asking them if, I'll teach you the solar. You come down here and do some mowing for me. So I'd like to have that area right there mowed, and then all the way down my shooting lane here, because this is my range. Y'all know that. Some of you do. Some of you don't. All right, Shadow, where you at? Move so I can sit down. I gotta stay out here in the shade. All right, my friends. It is stinking freaking hot out here. And I just got off a phone with our friend of ours, community, Darren up there in, were you, Kansas? Around Kansas area, I forget. I think he's in Kansas or Missouri. Anyway, I know, quit hitting my arm. I'm trying to video over here, goofball. And he finally got around to sending me something he'd been meaning to for a while. Pressure canner, so T and I can actually do some pressure canning. And man, this is a dinosaur, something that was built back in the 50s or 60s or something. A big, huge thing. Nice. So the heat. Let's talk about a few things. The heat is on. It's on the street. It's on the goofballs who are doing stupid things. The heat is on. That's one good theme. The other one I'm going to use, you'll see it obviously when you click on the video, is roller coaster ride. Y'all folks, put your hands up and scream, because we're going down. Good gracious, Shadow. What is wrong? My cats have been feeling it too. All right, so many things to chat about. I'm doing a video with you simply because I got some thoughts in my mind, and the energy right now is off the freaking charts. Everyone that I'm talking about is feeling it. In the last few days, you get out here, and like right now, I can smell it in the air. All right, Shadow, get up here. Be quiet. Be quiet. Don't make me walk away from you, because you're getting annoying. You can smell it. Y'all know what electricity smells like? You know what it smells like when you have an electric motor that's not functioning properly and it's almost burning, but it's not quite, but you smell that high level electricity in the air. That's what it's been like for the last few days and last week or so. So I apologize to those who are hoping to see some more videos, because I tell you, I've got the pole mount. We're going to do the pole mount, and I've got the apple presses that I need to work on. I got projects down at that cabin. I got projects at this cabin. I got a lot on my plate, but you know. All right, Shadow, I got to get away from the crunchy leaves. Can't hardly hear myself. You might not be able to hear it too bad, but when she's trampling around the leaves, I can't even hear. It's loud, crunchy loud. So I got a lot of things that I want to do and share with you, but you know, I'm going to take a little hint from our higher power there, from Spirit, from God, whatever you want to call it. And I've been taking the week off. I'm not doing anything. We have done hardly anything here other than to maintain a few of the things. When it comes to the gardens and stuff. Just, you know, food is priority. You must take care of your food. And that's it. We've processed a bunch of tomatoes. We've gotten a lot of elderberry and stuff, but we are not doing much of anything. I am not, until we get the break. And that should happen overnight tonight. There's a cooler front coming through. We're supposed to get some rain. This ground is so baked dry. So baked dry. We need it so bad. But, alright, so taking it easy. That's the way things are. There's updates. Getting ready for doing some changes here. We've picked up a load of topsoil. A big, dual tandem truck load of, probably 10 or 12 tons of topsoil to help amend the garden up here, which is good. There's T way up there, if you can see her. She's vacuuming while we got good sun. Anyway, we got some good things going on. We're making some preps. Homestead's coming together. It's a lot of work with all the things that we've got going on. And with the heat, it's just good to take a little time, because things are about ready to bust loose. Now, Shadow, she's like, I'm antsy. So here's an observation, and I get these observations because I listen to all. And again, y'all remember when I said years ago, I said to listen to all and to hear the common word, the common thread, the common theme that's coming out cyclically through all of us is the same process that old Mr. High uses to do his linguistics. Okay, he just uses a computer software to do the same thing that I do when I'm listening to all kinds of different people. He's coming back now. You can hear him back there. And here's the summation. Per the language of the Polney, Mr. Polney, no one knows the day or the hour, but you might know the month. And my friends, I believe that month is here. So Mike, a good guy who has Rethinking the Dollar, some of you know that channel, put out a video here, really good video. He's coming to some conclusions on down there. I don't know if you could see that. Little flashes of light down there. He's coming to the conclusion that there's an event going down here pretty quickly. You go listen to it and tie it in. The perspective that he has from his views, his sources, and whatnot. I've listened to a bunch of the different videos from the psychics from Jean-Claude's group. Here's our, I want to get that bush hog down there. I was going to do it with the weed eater, but it's a lot of work with the weed eater. If I can get him down here, that would be awesome. Mow that down. Jean-Claude, good channel, Beyond Mystic 3. He keeps trying to do it that way. And Penny Kelly and Solretta and Janine, and it's a fun group of people. But I also listen to some of the Christian prophets, and I can go through those names, and most of you guys should know those. But so the common theme is this, folks: the time's up. You have about a week to 10 days, maybe ish, to make whatever necessary preps that you have for whatever potential events could come, to do the best you can do, to be the best that you can be. And he's coming back up. There you go. You see little flashes. Where is he at? There you go. Just barely see the top of. You might not even be able to see that. Anyway, I want one. I was a Massey Ferguson. Said he paid. Was it a couple years old? Paid a couple thousand or 15,000 for it. I still prefer a Kubota. I looked at that Massey Ferguson, and it just. Didn't look. It looked cheap, like plastic and stuff, like they've done with cars. I didn't like it. Anyway, so our theme is this. We know the month. Cliff High has come out with change in August. Things aren't actually feeling like or playing out necessarily as he described them, but the energy's the same. And the same with all the other folks who are feeling and dealing with this psychically and emotionally and energetically and spiritually. So, if you look at the technicals on the charts, okay, we did that a lot, and right now the technicals are all saying. We're at a not to keep using other people's words, but it's a good point. Tipping point. Things are rolling over as we're speaking, and it's hot out here. Geez, just standing here in the shade, I'm sweating. Is that the issue? No, the other three were. We kept all of them in yesterday for the whole day. It got up to 99. We kept the cats in and kept them in the house all night. They didn't like it because they get antsy and they want to get out. But I'm trying to take care of our babies, Our babies need to be taken care of from the heat. We lost Pippi there that first year we were here, and it was really stinking hot that week, and we were wondering if she just didn't drink enough. We don't know. We think she had a, kidney failure, urinary failure, whatever. Because the last thing she did was start peeing very, very dark yellow and screaming when she was peeing. It was not a fun thing to watch her go like that. Her system shut down. So we're trying to make sure that that's not the issue. Still think she got bit by something, but don't know. Anyway, lots to say, my friends. I could go on and on. But right now, every piece of information, you go through all the different channels that I watch, you know, the Kitco, the Stansberry Research. I'm so glad to see Daniela where she can speak a little more freely. She's, you know, I always got frustrated with Daniela because you could tell in some interviews she'd do in some places there, you knew she knew what was going on, but you could tell that she was being censored and restrained. Now she's at Stansberry, boy, she's a whole lot freer. You go to videos like that, a lot of the titles, big money managers all coming out and calling for a crash. You know, I mean, the word is overwhelming. It's coming down, and that the time is actually up. Okay? The big question, it's the hard one. I don't know what the heck was digging right there. The big question is how and what do these lunatics who think they're in charge of something that they can't ever be in charge of, what do they think they're going to do? What are they going to do to turn over the table? You know, we talked about this many years ago about how childish in mentality the global psychopathic elite are in. They've got two tractors. Here comes another one. They must have gone all the way around. No, that's not a tractor. That's a side-by-side. They're getting ready for hunting season back there. Yeah, that's another thing. I keep hearing folks that I'm talking to, well, I can hunt. I'll go out, and I'm like, you ain't going out for shit after about the first or second year after the plug gets pulled. I doubt there'd be any deer left because everybody's going to go out here. I can hunt and I can feed myself. I'll go here and shoot, and I'm going to shoot one. And when you tell them, you know, dude, in 1930s, when we had, ooh, I wonder what we got there. That's edible. That's a bolette. Yummy. In the 1930s depression, we nearly lost the North American whitetail and North American wild turkey due to overhunting, and that was based on the population then and the immersement of human beings into the wild areas, which wasn't nearly as much as it is now. Now we got more people, more guns, less deer than what were here then, and a bigger crash is coming, and you want to think that you can sustain yourself by going out and hunting wildlife. Some of us who understand these things have had quite a bit of concern about whether or not we have any wildlife after the humans starve to death. Ergo, well, I've got my hogs, well, I've got the turkeys and the chickens, and we're going to get goats at some point. I like the breed of goats. I know I'm bouncing around here. I like the breed of goats that some local neighbors of us, Three Little Goats Farm, Jamie and Jesse, ex-military folks, came out here, and they're doing a good job with their goats. They got some Nigerian dwarf cross, I think. But I want to get some of them, some milk goats. I don't think I can do a full-on dairy cow. The neighbors down here, about a mile that way, have a dairy cow. I'm not sure how long-term sustainable they are, because she's not acting like she wants to do it on a continuous basis. I don't know what it's going to be like for me to go hour drive north to get milk. Maybe that works, maybe that doesn't. But we're here at the end of it, and we gotta finish our Got to finish our stuff and do the best we can. So stick your hands up in the air and scream, because we're going down. It's coming. I know I laugh, and it's not really funny to laugh, but we need it. We need it bad, and it needs to. We're so long behind schedule as far as I'm concerned. What do you think, Shadow? And stay focused. This is why I say stay focused on what you can do, because if you put too much attention on what goes down, as soon as you hear that pop, so you stay focused on that, my friends, and you might not make it. You might not make it. The evils of the psychological battle when it comes to the inoculations that have been forced upon people who have no real understanding of it. That's not looking good, my friends. So throw that on top of that, on top of everything else, and it's going to be a rough ride. I chose not to be on the ride. This is my off the ride parking location, if you understand my meaning. So this has gone on way longer than I meant for it to. Too many things to talk about, but I love catching up with you folks. I love hearing from you. I'm going to assume that you all are doing the best you can. Got some folks that are going to come. Some people are going to come stay here tomorrow night. I love visiting with you folks. God, love it when you guys come and visit. Maybe she will stay. She's good folk. I like her. Anyway, got some new trees. Finally, another pecan, which I'm going to put down there, and another pear. Pears need other pears to cross-pollinate with. So that pear is going to go right there next to this one. That pecan, the pecan tree, it's got to go down there where it can get big enough to produce. But we're trying to keep it out of the sun. They must have done these things in a greenhouse somewhere, because this is an awful early new shoot, like it was out of season. And then when we got it home, the sun burned the top of it a bit. You can see it just, like new growth doesn't like the sun that strong. So I stuck it under the other pear as a protector. Anyway, I know I'm gonna ramble on. Crazy. Got so much to do out here. So much here. Got to paint that. Got to finish this. Got to do the garden. Got to get the dirt down here. Got to get the apple presses done. Got to get the pole mount done. Got to get and I ain't doing a damn thing until it cools off. Y'all take it easy in this heat, my friends. Y'all be blessed, and we'll see how the next few weeks play out. Take care.